Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's Most Elite Podcast. I'm joined today with my good buddy Mike, or Sharky, or however you know him in the real world.
Yeah, Most Elite Gaming.
Yeah, so check out he has a Twitch called Most Elite Gaming, which is really cool because I'm on it. You know, fuck him. It's about me, really.
The somberest of hyenas.
Yeah. And we were just sitting here mulling over. This is going to be a super non-informative episode because
We don't got info.
I made the jokes about it in the other podcast, like just like, oh, I wrote down stuff. I don't. If you haven't noticed, I don't write anything because I'm not smart. So I just say stuff that pisses me off or that I like.
This dude's human brainiac. Don't let him lie to you guys.
So we're just going to talk about the Marvel movies and probably the DC movies. And the reason I'm thinking this because recently Nishi, she's been on the podcast, and it was her birthday party yesterday. And some of her friends were there, and they were like, hey, man, before the party actually started, I got there really early to help decorate, and a few of the guys were there just talking about Marvel and DC stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh.
This again?
And I got, so we were just talking about some of this stuff, and he's like, so do you like any of the movies? I was like, no, they're all garbage. He's like, which ones? I was like, no, all of them. Marvel and DC, they're all bad. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, so...
People generally just like the visual effects of it. I mean, that's why I go anyway. I go to see what I see in comics.
Live action. That's the reason people watch anime.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as
it turns as movies.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I see my third grader could come up with the plot for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Thank you. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
I know the plot already because, you know, whatever. I know the plot. But, yeah. I feel like it let down people with disabilities and it let down people of color. Because the main villain's a black woman. Mm-hmm. But she also has a disability. So it's like, oh, sweet. We should spotlight that. Nah, not really. It's
just regular
It's
villain.
about fucking Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know.
Making out and shit.
No, not making out and shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, fuck it. Spoilers. I mean, you know, the Wasp dies at the end.
Spoiler alert.
So does Hank Pym, and so does the Wasp mom or whatever. She dies, because Thanos snapped, in Infinity War and killed half the universe. So. And Ant-Man, unfortunately, when that happened, he was in the quantum realm. So he was in the quantum world looking for collecting shit to cure the villain because the villain has a sickness.
Right.
And before he could be pulled out, they died.
Oh, the snap happened while he was in the thing, so he wasn't affected.
He wasn't affected.
If he was going to be affected.
If he wasn't.
Right.
And he's stuck in the quantum realm. He can't be pulled out because they're dead. And they're the only people on Earth who know how to pull him out. So it's like, oh, he gone. He might as well be dead. So, I mean, you don't got to eat or drink or sleep there, so, you know.
Kind of a medium.
That would be good for him, kind of.
Everything that you know is...
all that you know is that's an end.
It's on the other side.
Silver Surfer float up.
Oh, man.
Got him. That movie was terrible. Lawrence Fishburne has been dabbling in the superhero movies for so long. Yeah. Like, people don't notice that. Like, he was Silver Surfer. And he's Perry White in the DC movies. He's fucking Goliath in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he plays Goliath.
He's in there.
He's in that movie.
He's getting those checks.
He's getting them checks. He's like, yo, I've been on TV, you know, I'm Lawrence Fishburne.
These Marvel movies, though. Like,
yeah.
I'm just going
to collect the money. Because honestly, the Marvel movies to actors must just be money printers.
Yeah, it gotta be like a freelance job.
Yeah, that they just do. Like, I'm just do this.
Be in a Marvel movie, sure. But
yeah, that's what it's become.
It's really regular.
It wasn't that in 2008. It was a big risk.
Yeah,
Iron Man was a risk, and it paid off in fucking spades, man. I hate it. I really do, and I hate it because it just promotes being lazy.
It's making it really lightly and just milking it over and stretching it out.
They have to
stretching it out.
They have to because that's where the money is, and people for some reason keep going. I thought superhero fatigue would have kicked in by now. Like, all right, we own Deadpool, X-Men, another 30 Marvel movie. People just keep going to see these movies.
I mean,
and I don't know.
Before 2008, what was it like? We had like X-Men. That's
all we had Blade. X-Men.
Blade was hot, but Blade was only one guy.
The Fantastic Four.
They all suck.
Yeah, but we had them. I feel like those movies had to suck for it to be what it is now. The movies still suck.
That's true.
But the production of Disney. Look, let's thank all God Disney. You know, Disney with the infinity money snap their fingers in anything.
In any movie.
Yeah. If Disney puts their name on anything, it's a hit. They're releasing Mary Poppins Returns this Christmas. It's supposed to come out on Christmas, but it's coming up the 19th now. So all these movies have to push their schedules back for that. And yeah, I mean, it's Mary Poppins. People like Mary Poppins.
Yeah, people love Mary Poppins.
I don't understand it.
She's just a chick with an umbrella.
She's a witch or something. She's like a witch. There's a popular fan theory that she went to Hogwarts.
Wow.
Yeah, she's definitely a witch. I mean, there's no way she's not. So, I don't know.
Fly away with an umbrella.
Just float off. She doesn't have the umbrella at the end of Mary Poppins Return. She gets rid of it, and I think she uses like a kite. Because it's not the umbrella. It's just her. She's just trolling with an item. She can fucking fly. I don't understand why she's doing that.
Just trolling. Just like, this is my hover drone.
This is my hover drone.
I'm flying now.
Exactly.
Like, wait, hold on.
On a drone. Like, the fuck? You're just on a drone. Yeah, I'm Uber Eats flying in a car, dropping food off. Fucking Mary Poppins. So Disney, anything they slapped their name on, it's a hit. We did it. Well, with the exception of Solo, for some reason. We went to go see Solo.
Solo was great.
I mean,
Solo was really good.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what happened here? What happened to all the rabid
Star Wars,
fans
like
who just go see these movies?
Right.
Were they really that disillusioned by The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens? Which is weird because Rogue One made a lot of money.
It did.
It's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix.
It made a lot of money, and it's not good. It's not as good as Solo. Honestly, the droid was the best part of Rogue One. Just like the droid was kind of the best part of Solo. I think they just like making droids cool now. BB-8 sucks. I don't even know why he's the mascot.
I mean, BB-8 is just
a ball.
Yeah, he's just
He's a fucking Roomba.
I mean, C-3PO was cool.
Yeah, C-3PO was cool because he that personality of his is so it's eternal.
Yeah.
And R2-D2, even though you could understand him, he was always the GOAT.
Yeah.
He was the GOAT in all the movies.
He was trolling
for the most part. Yeah. And whatever he was saying to C-3PO, it was like, oh dear, you know, like what are you saying? What is he actually saying?
Like, yo, can we get this shit done?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Darth Vader's around the corner.
Dickhead, literally around the corner. I have to hack this door and shit. So, not too long ago, he was in Anakin's cockpit saving him from buzz droids.
Yeah.
It must have been tough for, because they have feelings. Clearly, they're sentient.
Yeah.
It must have been tough for him to have to fight his old master and all of that. Unless they had their memories wiped, in which case, whatever. But they didn't. They didn't have their memories wiped. There's no... I don't know. Why didn't they remember Obi-Wan? It's a pretty big plot hole. Whatever. They, in Solo, they made it a point to... Because remember when C-3PO interfaces with the Millennium Falcon in the first movie?
Right.
He's like, I don't know where your ship comes from, but it has a really strange dialect. Solo, it's revealed that the droid is the ship.
Yeah, the droid is the ship. Yeah,
and she talks shit.
Yeah.
So 3PO's like, oh shit. So that's a retroactive retcon that works.
Yeah.
That works. So like, oh, that's what he meant. The
That's
ship is wild. She talking that
she
wild
talking
shit.
That crazy shit.
Exactly.
And he's like a male robot, so he's probably talking
that extra shit. Exactly. So that's a retcon that works. So
I didn't
don't
even
know.
think of that.
That's cool as shit, isn't it? To go back and be like, oh shit, Solo was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it really showed how Han became Han. You know, because he was just this naive dickhead.
Right, and how we got with Chewie and everything.
How he hooked up with Chewie was really cool.
Yeah.
How he met Lando was cool. I mean, everything about it was cool. I mean,
he was cheating.
Lando's a cheater, fucking cheater. So yeah, I liked it. And I know people say, oh, it's just a Wikipedia page. It is just a Wikipedia page, but that's what we opened at the top of this is you want to see that in motion,
right?
And how well it can be executed.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like they did a good
they
job.
They did a pretty good job with Solo. They even showed how he got the Solo name.
Right.
The Empire gave it to him because he didn't have a last name. So that's really cool.
And how we got the pistol.
How he got the blaster.
Yeah.
All of that. And that's great. You know, we won. You know, it's nice to see those things. We didn't need to because whatever, he already has those things. But it's nice to see how he got them and the journey.
Especially when they killed him all.
Yeah, they killed him in Force Awakens for literally no reason. So, I mean, there's no character as cool as Han in the Star Wars universe. So I don't understand why they would kill him.
Harrison Ford. Man.
Harrison Ford is really, really cool. I don't know. That sucks. But I thought the kid, Alden Ehrenreich or whatever, he did a good job.
Yeah.
He did a really good job as Han.
Definitely.
And I mean, obviously Donald Glover did a great job as fucking Lando.
Yeah, Lando.
He should have been in the movie more. He only had a few scenes, and that was a bummer. But Disney.
But Disney
slapped their name on anything with the exception of Solo, and it's a fucking gold mine. I mean, they haven't really. I don't think Disney's released anything that hasn't made like millions just in years. I don't think they've released anything that has been a flop. I mean, we're calling Solo a flop, but it's a flop in the Star Wars universe. Like, it's a flop in terms of how much money Star Wars movies makes. Exactly. But that shit made more than almost every other indie movie, regular B movie released this year. It made like $400 million. But that's a flop somehow. That's what I didn't understand about.
Yeah, because how much did not the Force Awakens? Well, that joint blew out
like $2 billion. Yeah. And The Last Jedi made about $1.8 billion or some crazy shit like that. So yeah,
it's just like, yo, like what?
What the fuck? They got the secret sauce, and the secret sauce is the fandom that they're exploiting, and I think they're learning that they can't do that. That's why, like, that big shakeup after Solo's failure, that big shakeup. You know, they're gonna. I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but supposedly they're gonna oust Kathleen Kennedy, who's in head of all the Star Wars reboots. You know, all the shit that's going on. She's behind all those movies.
Okay.
She's not the director, but she's the creative director. She gets everybody who she hires the casting and all. She gets it done.
Okay.
And some rumors that there was a secret backdoor, like, Illuminati type meeting.
It's like
hey, look, the fans are angry, and we can't have that. So this will be your last one.
This is your severance.
Here's your severance. Like, immediately. Here's your severance. And it was great working with you. So I think episode 9, she's going to depart after that.
Okay, and that's the one where Lando.
With Billy D. He's coming back as Lando. Right. Damn, he's going to be pretty sad about Han and Leia. Because they are
dead.
Yeah.
So dead. Man.
Yeah, they are very dead. Leia didn't die in the movie, but unfortunately her actress died. And so maybe what they'll do is they'll do like a voice recording of her, of him talking to her, and she'll just be gone for whatever reason. And that's probably what'll happen. Maybe they'll write it like her space exposure in the Last Jedi. She fucking was in space. Her space exposure.
She literally used
the Force to fly back to the ship. Whatever. Anyway, her space exposure hurt her more than was seen, and she got to go recuperate or some shit they'll do like that to write her out and bring Lando in as the new head, which would make sense because he's in the Resistance.
Right.
He has been for a while, you know. So he led the attack on the Death Star in the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, it will make sense that they bring Lando in as the intermediate head, considering that Admiral Holdo, the pink-haired woman, killed herself in The Last Jedi.
She died for the cause.
She died for the cause. So yeah, it would make sense to bring Lando in.
Your boy Finn.
Fuck him. He's like poor man's Han. It's not even cool. I wish he was a Jedi. I feel like it'd be a cooler story if he was the Jedi.
If he was a Jedi, it would have been very hot. But they probably would have been going down the line of Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Because he's a clone.
He's a clone, yeah.
But they used to clone Jedi, though. They used to clone.
Oh, no. Finn's not a clone. Remember, I told you they stopped using clones.
Oh, so,
yeah. So in Force Awakens, he's a real guy. They showed that they do behavioral therapy to brainwash you, and it didn't work on him, which is why he turned on the Empire. Like, ooh, I'm not killing these people, bro. What the fuck y'all talking about? This shit too real. But flash forward to Solo, you see Han just killing the people.
He's
like
killing people,
he don't give a fuck on the battlefield. Like, I'm part of the Empire. Fuck it, I'm shooting.
I mean, it was a lot more ruthless back then.
They were crazy. It's a different Empire. This is the New Order, but it was the Empire back then, and it was like, oh,
they wasn't having it.
They're gonna put me the fuck out.
You not right?
Oh, that's crazy. Pew, pew. Or feed him to Chewie, which is how he met Chewie. Yeah. Feed him to the monster. This will be fun. And he meets Chewie.
He can already speak his language.
Already speak Shuriken, and they don't say how. Like, I know a little bit. How? And why?
I mean, that place he
was a slave, and it was a bunch of different races a slave. So he probably knew some Wookiees exactly back then, and he learned a little bit when he was a slave. So that would make perfect sense. That's pretty cool. See, Han's such a cool character.
He's picking up on everything.
Has to. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be a smuggler, you gotta be out there.
Gotta know multiple languages.
Got to. And yeah, back to Disney. Then they bought Star Wars, as we know, and it was already a juggernaut culturally and financially, but now it is.
Now Lucas don't have to put his own money into it no more. Yeah. It's just like, put my name. Thank you.
Thanks. I mean, they sold it. He sold it to him for like $5 billion or some crazy shit, or $4 billion. They already made that back. They made the money back already. And they made it back in 2 movies. It wasn't even a drop in a bucket because Disney, again, the infinity money, do whatever they want. And Luke is like, that's crazy. Well, sits in like a diamond encrusted tub drinking champagne laced with gold or whatever the fuck he doing. I mean, I'm happy for George Lucas, man. He's this guy. He and again, see, it's the movies that take chances that become these things. He took a hell of a chance with Star Wars. Nothing like that had ever been done.
And everybody who was in it, they like hated it.
Yeah,
like,
this is fucking trash. The only person,
like $800.
Yeah, the only person of note in that movie was fucking Harrison Ford. Everyone else was nobodies at the time. Mark Hamill was a nobody.
Right.
Fucking Carrie Fisher was a nobody.
Just
regular actors. Like who you? I don't know. And he took a huge chance. And look what it's done. Look what it is now.
Literally, I remember one day I was looking up the numbers for like the revenue for it, and like he spent like 800. I don't even think it was $1,000. Like on the first movie.
Yeah, and look, and
it made like
what made him so smart was he didn't license the characters. He kept all the rights to all the characters and all the merchandise. So he just made money off toys and McDonald's,
everything. Lego was back in the day.
Legos now.
All the Star Wars figures.
There's like Lego, there's Jedi and shit in the Lego movies. Yeah, and it's like, oh my god. And he sold it to Disney, which I'm not mad at. I get it. You know, he did it. He fucking did it, and I'm very proud of him, yo. I mean, hopefully he still makes movies because he hasn't had to make a movie in years. After Star Wars, he never had to make another one, but he just kept doing it because he loves it, and I hope he keeps doing it. But damn it, Disney came in just like, hey, you want to be more rich than you are now?
You want to be more rich?
Disney's the mafia. I always say that they make you an offer you just cannot refuse. Like, you can't. No matter how much you love the thing you made and it's your baby, and for years it's what everybody associates you with.
And you cultivated it.
You built it up. Like, hey, even with the prequels, people hate the prequels, but he still did them.
Right.
You know, and it's like, fuck. He did all of this, and then Disney was like, hey, that looks nice series you got there. Be a shame if someone bought it. And he's just like sweating. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do because Disney's buying your series. If you make something that Disney wants it, just sell it. There's no argument. Just fucking sell it and get it over with. Like with the X-Men and shit and 21st Century Fox. This is like, yeah, man, that looks cool. We could probably put that in our universe. How much, Fox? Oh, we don't know. Here's $58 billion, and Comcast was like, here's $60 billion. Disney was like, you really want to go down this road, Comcast? Because we can make internet now and fucking erode you. Like if Disney wanted to start an internet service provider, they could, and no one would be with Xfinity or Verizon anymore. We would hop right to Disney because I know it'll be gigabyte speed, like Disney Net. I'd sign right the fuck up.
Like yo,
sorry Comcast.
It'd be so potent.
It would be, and they would probably fuck around for every person who signs up. Gets Netflix free because they got a big share of Netflix and gets their Disney streaming service free, and it's like fuck. Well, I mean,
like I don't know, Comcast.
That's what I'm saying. So Disney was like, all right, Comcast, don't be a dickhead. And then they were like, hey Fox, $70 billion, and Fox was like, well, you twisted my arm, and fucking gave it to him.
Twisted my arm far enough.
So
$70 billion.
There you go. Fucking Fox.
Make you offer.
You literally can't refuse. Just at a table with Mickey and Goofy and Vader now. Indiana Jones. Disney. And there you go. And you're like, oh boy, well, fuck. At least they're not taking your soul. They're just taking something you made.
Yeah.
They don't want your soul. They got enough of them.
They got enough souls.
They just want, here's the money, walk away. And every single person they've ever made an offer to has taken the money and walked away. I mean, it was like, hey, Marvel, nice legacy you got there. Be a shame if someone bought it. Fucking Marvel just took the money and walked the fuck away. I mean, they still write all their comics and everything. And Disney is pretty hands-off. And that's why I like them being in control. But I also hate it because they're Disney. So everything's PG-13 now and everything's shitty. The comics they left completely alone. They said they're not going to touch them. They haven't. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
Make your comics. We don't care. We own you, but we don't care. Disney's like the perfect stepdad. They give you tons of money. They're fucking your mom, and they don't act like your dad. You know, they're great.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're the perfect stepdad.
Like, I love Mr. Disney.
Like. Exactly. Hey mom, when's Mr. Disney coming? Oh, he here always, baby. He got like a fucking Phantom parked outside and shit. He's just cool. You show him off to your school. That's my stepdad, yo. He's so cool.
Yo, he's a boy. Like,
he's so fucking cool. He bought me a Bugatti. I can't even. I'm 13.
I can't even drive. I can't sit over the wheel.
So, yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. So let's move on to the Marvel movies. We talked about Star Wars, and we could talk about that forever. And that's the thing. The properties that Disney has been buying are things that are just they're universes.
Yeah, the longevity is not like one tiny
it's
thing.
Literal universes, and they
and that's crazy because like they have the money.
Yeah, to just do that.
It's like buying a whole like galaxy.
They got the money. Fucking what is that thing with galaxies? And they like throw them like disc, and everybody was obsessed with it with the drills. That anime, Gurren Lagann. Disney fucking just holds galaxies, and they can just throw them. You know, it's fucked up. They said they got their hooks in Marvel in 2008. Disney acquired Marvel. And they was like, let's take a risk. Let's make a movie with Marvel people in it. But let's make a Disney movie with Marvel people in it. You're basically, when you watch Iron Man, you're fucking watching like Fox and the Hound. Like, and I know it don't seem like it, but you are, and that's fucked up. Because these
watching Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. It's always winter. Something is better under the sea. And it's like, stop it, fucking assholes.
Like, just put this rated R and let's do something like.
Yes, PG-13. Everything's PG-13.
Getting it solved.
It's the thing I don't like about the Disney Marvel movies, as I call them, because they're not Marvel. Marvel doesn't have the money. We saw when Marvel had the money, Fantastic Four, they're fucking terrible.
Right.
Disney has the money. So the Disney Marvel movies, they are kids movies, adult enough for adults to enjoy, but light on substance so everyone can understand them. And that makes for a pretty hollow movie-going experience. And that's why I don't like them.
Right.
And whenever I tell fans that, they're like, fuck you, did you see those flashing lights and colors, dude? And all those heroes?
But, like, I didn't say anything about them.
I did. That's cool that I'm seeing them in motion. I've been reading comics my whole life. It's great to see Iron Man flying around and shit. And Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor. So it's really fun to see that. But if you strip down the fun that you're having in that movie and you think for just 1 second using your head, does this movie make sense? Or is this movie any good? You'll probably find the answer is no. And, yeah. Let alone the characters they take. They like take their history from them. Like Hank Pym and Ant-Man. Not Scott Lang, like the Ant-Man, but Hank Pym, who created the Ant-Man suit and all that shit. He's a bit of a bastard in the comics. And it culminated, I think, in like 73 or 83 or 71. I don't know the year. But he like smacks Janet like in the fucking mouth. Like just back slaps her. And he never recovered from that. Like his image never recovered. He's been a bastard for so long. He has the superiority complex. And he's just not a good dude. You know? He's not. He's not a good man at all. And recently he's like was absorbed by Ultron. So he became Pymtron. Because he built Ultron. Right. Hank Pym built Ultron.
Oh wow! Okay.
But they don't. There's nothing of that in the Marvel.
In the movie,
and it's like, oh man, that's so cool. They could have. I don't know.
He could have put an actual like
backstory in it. They could have. He's that smart. He built Ultron, but he's a dickhead. So like,
I mean, that's why Ultron is a
dickhead.
Like,
he used his consciousness. Yeah, he's a dickhead. So, I don't know. Hank Pym. They like the Marvel movies make him a character you can like. Which is weird,
right?
Because you shouldn't like him.
Like if you like think into the comics, like
and it's not even like this particular issue. Just especially after he hit Janet, people were like, "Fuck it, let's run with it." Like he's just an asshole, right? Like I don't know. I mean, it's cool because it's a Disney movie, right?
Right.
So all Disney's message is family first. If you watch any Disney movie, you'll get that message,
right? Definitely.
Like all the way back to Bambi or whatever. That's Disney's message. Lion King, family first.
Right.
That's the message. And in all the Marvel movies, the same deal. And it's like, these movies shouldn't be family first because most of these characters don't give a fuck about their families. You know? I mean...
More times than not, most of these characters' families are dead.
Like, all my friends are dead.
They got taken out because I have these powers.
Like, fuck, I'm Spider-Man. Everyone I love and care about is constantly in danger because I'm Spider-Man. Oh, man. So, family first movies, Disney, and that That's a problem for me because
that makes sense because it's taking away the actual direction of the comic. I mean, taking the direction away from the characters themselves.
It kind of strips the humanity from the characters.
Right. It's just like
it just makes them proxies for family first. And when you watch the movies, you'll see that. You know, if you just go rewatch any one of your favorite ones. And
even when we started the podcast, I said, I didn't say like, oh, these are good movies and they follow the characters' backstories. Yeah. I said, I like seeing the characters in motion.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't say this like these are great movies. Yeah, but I can really get to the story. I know so much about the universe now because you don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Like I'm literally there to see the flashing colors.
Exactly. That's what, and that's fucked up. That's what I'm saying.
And a lot of these people haven't read the comics, so they don't know. They don't. They're just like, oh, this is the best thing ever to happen on screen. Like
it's not.
It's not though.
It's not. And not because it's not the comic. That's not what I'm pushing here. If you're a fan of the movie universe, be a fan of the movie universe. Fan of the comic universe, be a fan of the comic universe. I'm going to say right now, it's tough to be a fan of both because they're so different, and the image that you have of these characters. Discard it because they're not those characters in the movies, and I kind of want them to be.
Because I was like watching the even the old X-Men Jones. I'm like, Wolverine is definitely
that boy.
He really a lot more murderous.
Yeah. Oh no, he's a scumbag when it comes to killing.
A lot of people should be dead coming across these
claws. Very dead.
Very sharpest, like some of the sharpest things on the planet.
They're Captain America's shield.
So next to Deadpool's blades, like they're the sharpest thing on the planet. And it's like
he should be murdering.
Like he should be killing. He should be
Even that's why I like in the '90s cartoon
he was murdering.
He was awesome. That's why that '90s cartoon. A lot of the comic fans like it so much because they're like, yo, did they just take the shit off the page because it was so great?
They did,
and that's the thing. I feel like another thing that these movies and shows lose. Is some of the stories that are on the page are actually perfect. If they just put it onto screen, it would be even better. Like a lot of stories would be better just in motion. But they don't do that. They take pieces of them and tie it together with bullshit and then they release it. And I'm like, why did they do that when they had a perfect story?
Like you said, like we was talking about the one Punisher movie that they took it and they put it straight to the fucking screen.
Yeah, Punisher Warzone. That shit was just a comic book. It was it was the most ridiculous movie.
But it was literally
from the comics and they just put it on the screen. And what's crazy is no one liked it.
No one liked it.
And I think movie execs see that and they're like, oh, well, I guess people don't like comic books. Let's just do what we want to do.
Let's just freestyle it.
When they freestyle it, everyone's like, oh shit, the fucking best. It's not the fucking best. It's the same movie if you just analyze that movie for just frame by frame, screen by screen, what separates Avengers from Iron Man? More characters. After that, what separates them? Nothing. That's the answer you'll come to. They are the same movie. And I know people are like, well, that's storytelling. Is it though? Like, go watch a movie like A Ghost Story. It came out, it stars Mara something, I forgot her name, and another handsome movie guy, I forgot his name. It's storytelling. It's nothing like other storytelling. And that's what I'm saying, like things with movies and books and games, there's so much freedom. I get that certain stories have to follow a pattern to make sense. But do they? Like, go watch Eraserhead. What the fuck is Eraserhead about? It's the weirdest fucking movie I've ever seen. Like, and it's a cult classic. People watch it like Eraserhead's the best because it's so cool, but it doesn't make a lick of sense.
It doesn't.
And then you see the Disney Marvel movies. Literally, all of them follow the same plot beats, and it's like, why? Why do they do that? Do they think we're done? The only reason I can think of is that they think consumers are stupid.
Either that, or they just know
they know this works.
Right. They know
don't break what's fixed. The formula works. Keep selling the formula. We on Madden 19.
Let's make it extra flashy,
extra colorful,
3 hours long.
Yep.
And we gonna get this money.
We gonna get this bread.
I mean, at least it's 3 hours long.
Yeah. You got your money's worth, kinda. Not really.
2 hours, 53 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours. These movies be killing me.
Yeah, they're long. Avengers be crazy.
Yeah, Avengers be too damn long for no substance. no fucking substance in those movies. Every time I look at those movies, all I can think of, oh, look at all those heroes on the screen. Oh, I feel like that's the mindset behind every scene with them in it. And I'm like, please kill yourself.
It's like, oh shit, they're actually interacting. Wow. Who guess they would ever talk to each other?
Exactly, in this Marvel universe. And I think that's what it is. We saw them. See, Disney's so ingenious. We saw them by themselves in movies that were lackluster. And then it was like, oh, look, they're all together.
And it's just like, oh, I definitely want to see them all together doing shit.
Doing stuff.
And they're like, yeah, you do.
We know. We're fucking insidious. I may sound like I'm just like, oh, this is not my comics, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm actually saying that Disney and the people over at their marketing and everything, they have a formula. And if you just take your head out of your ass, if you're a fanboy for just a second, and look at those movies, you'll be like, oh yeah, he's right. They have a formula. And if you enjoy that formula, please do. I don't. I want these characters beg to be put in scenarios that are outlandish and great. Why am I seeing them in the same scenarios? Oh, someone's in danger. Oh, my family. Oh, home life stuff is intermingling somehow perfectly juxtaposed with my hero stuff. I don't give a fuck. You're fucking Iron Man. You fight aliens and shit. The fuck are you talking about?
This is what I'm trying to see him drink a scotch on a rock.
Yeah, why hasn't he taken a single drink? They hint at it. They hint that he was an alcoholic, but not once. Like, even in the first one, okay, in the limo, he has his booze, and it's like, oh, sweet, he's got some booze. Are you gonna drink that? Oh, missile explosion, all captured. It's like, oh, fuck, man. Iron Man's an asshole. Why is he not an asshole in these movies?
He's a very, very light asshole.
Light asshole. He's an asshole for children. That's what he is. He's like, oh, you. That's the kind of asshole he is instead of fuck Tony Stark. That's the kind of asshole he should be.
That's because everybody literally hates him.
Everyone hates him. He's a piece of shit. He loves himself too much.
Always drunk.
He loves himself. So, and they cleaned him up in the comics too. He doesn't drink anymore. But also, whatever. That's just one aspect of his character that is missing that I feel could have added a lot to these movies. Mm-hmm. The value of these characters is just in that, their character. And if you take that from them, what are we left with? Actors playing their character. Fuck Star-Lord, right? Yeah. I hate Chris Pratt because I hate him for the same reason I don't hate him as a person. Anybody out there, oh, he's the best human being ever. He's probably a great dude. I know he gives a lot to charity. He's a cool dude. I hate his persona in movies and shows because he's one of those guys who plays himself.
Just himself.
He's Jesse Eisenberg. He's Michael Cera. Just stop doing that. Stop playing yourself. He gets on I know how it goes. He gets on set, and I know he asks himself this in every role. I know he does. Chris Pratt, if you're listening, please like, comment, and subscribe. But I know he asks himself, how can I Chris Pratt this up? That's something he asks himself. It must be. Because if you watch him as Star-Lord and then go watch him as whatever his name is in the Jurassic Park movies, his character is such a nobody, anybody can play that role. I don't even know his name in the Jurassic Park movies. What's his name?
I don't know.
What's that guy's name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. We've seen those movies. What's his name? And I feel like he knows Chris Pratt. Yeah. He's just fucking Chris Pratt. That's his name. He's Chris Pratt in everything.
As himself.
As Chris Pratt as himself again.
Jurassic
World 2. Fallen Kingdom. But I know Jeff Goldblum's character's name is Ian Malcolm, and I know his name because the characters in that first movie were people. They weren't just fucking proxies for the actors to fill in, which is what the Marvel movies give us. And that's fucked up. Even the Star Wars ones. And that's why I think I like Solo so much, because it was like, oh no, that's Han and Lando. Yeah. Like, if you go and watch the old movies, like, oh shit, that's actually them.
That's Chewie. That's Han and Chewie.
Fucking Chewie, dog.
Met each other.
Exactly.
That's super cool. But
exactly. Exactly. But if you watch the Marvel movies, I never once thought, oh, that's Thor. Ever. Not a single time. That's a damn shame.
Only you really get from that, like, yo, that's the Hulk.
That's the Hulk.
Because he's smashing shit.
That's it. Sweet. That's kind of hard to fuck that up. It's kind of hard to fuck up the Hulk smashing shit. So, there you go. I know it's hot in here. Yeah, when we record these podcasts, my room, it's summertime right now. It's fucking hot in my room, and I turned the AC off because my microphone is very good, and it would just in this podcast would be a hum.
The most elite microphone.
Yeah, the most elite. That's good branding. I should write that on here. So yeah, well, this is a pretty long episode. We'll probably call it an episode. Me and Mike will continue to talk after the microphone stops rolling. I almost said camera. We don't have a camera, but I have a camera. It's not good. But yeah, I mean, I know this is kind of ranty, but what I want you to take from this, listeners, is if you're a fan of the Marvel movies, even the Star Wars ones and the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, that stands for. If you're a fan of those, just go rewatch like 2 or 3 of them. And then you'll be like, oh, hopefully if you're a logical person, you'll be like, oh, he kind of has a point. And look, I get it. Most of that is just storytelling. It's hard to avoid it. But is it hard to avoid it?
It's really not a lot of story spanning. A lot of the Iron Man story spanning. And I'm thinking about through 1, 2, and 3. You don't really learn much about Tony.
You don't have to. Exactly. You don't have to. That's why Civil War was such a big deal when he revealed, like, Captain America reveals something about Tony's parents.
Right.
It was such a big deal because we didn't know shit about Tony.
Right.
3 movies in, we don't know the main character. And we don't need to know him because he's not a character. He's a proxy for us to just look at.
He's a proxy for family first.
That's fucked up. And Disney did it. I'm probably going to get an email from the FBI like, stop. You know, like that fucking meme.
Disney's watching you.
Yeah, like Big Brother, dog, is watching you, dickhead. Cut that shit out.
You're getting too close.
Yep, you're to the truth. Fucking get a fucking cease and desist. Like, why?
Turn your body. No more podcasts.
Yeah, but that's the thing. No one's gonna care. All the fans of this are going to be like, "Fuck you! It's my favorite thing ever.
It's the best movie, bro."
I'm like, it's not the best movie. You know what Disney does? Here's what they do. Joss Whedon said it. He's like, yeah, Disney gave me a blank check and just told me to go make movies. Literally. Gave this man a blank check that he could write numbers on. And told him to go make movies.
Just like, take this. What's this? This is a blank check. You can write any number.
Any number.
Any number on this.
If you think you're being too much, you're not. Because he was for a long time, I don't know if he is now, but for a long time he was what's called a showrunner, where he had hands on all the Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. All the way, like Avengers 2, all of that. And once he didn't directly direct, the directors came to him like, hey, so Josh, what do you think? He was the showrunner. Okay. He was on every set all the time. And it was like, yeah, Disney just gave him a blank check. And it was like, here, bro, enjoy that. Hopefully you make something good. We trust you. And just took off in a fucking Lambo or whatever. And that's what they do. He said that's their strategy. They're very hands off. They don't care. And the only time they're hands on, as we saw with Star Wars Battlefront, is if it fucks up.
Yeah.
If it fucks up, they step right in. Hey, hey guy, let me talk to you.
Step into my office.
Same thing for Kathleen. It was like, oh, people like Star Wars. Ooh, Star Wars is $1 billion franchise. Literally, we pay billions for it. So maybe stop fucking it up. that was what it. Disney don't care until it's fucked up. Like, I'm surprised they haven't bought Jurassic Park yet. I think they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jurassic Park's number 2 has made over $1 billion. Fallen Kingdom has made over $1 billion. It is a terrible movie. It's fucking garbage.
Like,
it's made over $1 billion. Yeah. People like, it goes back to what I was saying. People just like flashing colors and lights, man. Because that's what that movie is. Zero substance, all flashing colors and lights.
We want to see dinosaurs, but
that,
like,
yeah.
What else are you doing?
Yeah.
What else are you doing with the franchise? Yeah, with Jurassic Park. Yeah. Like, it was pretty much over after.
It was over after 1, honestly. I mean, like, I like 3 just because I like Sam Neill, but 3 was terrible. I like 2 just because I like Jeff Goldblum, but 2 wasn't great. 4 was terrible. And now this one, I'm just like, man.
I think like 3 was like, all right, cool, like, we good.
Yeah, it's over.
Like, all right, we good.
This is done. And then 4 came out. I was like,
no, going back to the island.
More money. And yeah, I'm like, oh, please stop.
Revamp this. Like.
Revamp it again. Why? Now Fallen Kingdom. Dude, I told you the end of Fallen Kingdom, didn't I?
Right.
They have to do a time skip or like. Number 3 has to be, number 6 or whatever, number 5. 6 has to be the dinosaurs have taken over the planet. And we're the last pocket of humans left just trying to survive. It has to be that. Yeah, Planet of the Dinosaurs. Yeah. It has to be. It can't be anything else.
It can't be anything else. That or like they're gonna clone Chris Pratt and there'll be multiple Chris Pratt characters fighting the because human cloning is in the movie. That's what this big reveal, human cloning.
Oh, for real? Oh,
yeah, yeah. And apparently we've had human cloning since 1993.
Oh,
the first Jurassic Park.
Oh,
we've had human cloning since then.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't. Man,
that would be intense. Actually,
it would be ridiculous.
Explain how Gucci Mane got here twice.
Yeah, people really think he a clone.
Yo, dang.
Oh, well, anyway, that's 40 minutes. This is my longest episode. See, I knew having Mike would be pretty cool.
Hey, so, Mostly Gaming, the Mostly Podcast.
It's just going to take forever to render. I don't know. Well, anyway, thanks, guys, for stopping in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that stuff. And we'll see you next week.
New podcast every week.
Every week? Yeah, sometimes. Nah, it's mostly every week. For those 2 times that it wasn't, my life was being a life, but I'm pretty settled now. So it'll probably be back to every Monday, every Tuesday. It's Wednesday now, so you know how to do it. Whatever. All right, bye-bye.